Hello and welcome to another retrospective planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters, and in this video I'm going to explain how we overcame a recent refusal by Cambridge City Council for one of our clients. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal for a single-storey rear and front extension that was refused by the local authority Cambridge City Planning Department. Our client was initially booked in for a free no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that had been used by Cambridge City Council and to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option was best suited. The free no obligation consultation, which took around 15 minutes, found that the case was viable for appeal to the Planning Inspectorate, taking the decision process away from Cambridge City Council Planning Department. This case was refused by Cambridge City Council for the following reasons: the rear extension, by reason of its height, design of the roof of the rear extension in conjunction with the depth of the extension as previously approved, has a detrimental impact on the residential amenity of next door by reason of a loss of daylight and sense of dominance. This appeal was retrospective as built, single-storey rear and front extensions, which is amended to a previously approved application. The appeal property is a terraced dwelling in a residential area. Surrounding properties host a variety of single and two-storey extensions of a similar style. I feel it was only refused because it was a retrospective application and not built as per the original plan. It is vitally important to appeal all retrospective refusals as quickly as possible. You can see more about this in why it's so important in a special video that I made that goes into more detail, especially since the change in the rules of April this year, 2024. As an organisation, we've been finding recently a number of errors in various local authority planning officers' decisions. These errors do support the appeal cases. We do suspect the increase in these errors has been caused by cutbacks at local authorities and unprecedented increase in workloads that have piled on the reduced numbers of planning officers. Many of you are stating repeatedly that they've had little or no correspondence throughout the application process, and the first thing that you knew was receiving the refusal notice from the council. In some cases, even it's when we send a letter to you say that you've been refused. With planning appeal experience matters, our specialist appeal team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced and submitted, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeal statement. And this specific case covered 19 pages, just over 5,800 words. It's important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case and how and where possible both local and national policy applies in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspectorate found in favour at appeal. Obviously, with the back catalogue we have of wins, we're able to use these cases and what the inspector said in them as additional argument to support the case we're working on. Recently, we did have a client state that a competitor had said to them that they use our wins to help them produce their appeals. I suppose that is a compliment to our team. But obviously it doesn't give them the methodology of how to get the argument across and the underlying knowledge and the ability to adapt the argument to the specific case. It is important to know that no two cases are the same and the arguments need to be produced for the specific case in hand. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our client, asking them to check that they're happy for us to submit the case. If we need to add any additional information that the client may have forgotten previously to supply, it's done at this point and the case is submitted. It's vitally important that all the documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in the appeal not being successful, something we hear about often when people attempt an appeal for the first time. Always ensure you use a professional who has considerable experience of appeals. It is worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies like you find on our website. Due to the large number of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent planning inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site on the 15th of December, and we're pleased to confirm that the appeal was upheld and the permission granted on the 17th of January in a 3-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with your planning appeal, complete our online form on our website www.planningappealsuk.com and our new case support team will arrange for a free, no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. And sometimes that's even me. Would you like to find an appeal case study for a certain type of application or even in a selected area? We've got so many and not all of them are published or filmed, but that does not mean we can't show you what you're looking for as our planning appeal assessment professional during our free no obligation consultation can help you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this planning appeal case study video, and I look forward to producing another one very shortly. Thanks a lot. Bye.